Before we get into Kanye West's most bitter rivalries and the artists he couldn't stand throughout his career, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any of our deep dives into the world of hip-hop drama, shocking beefs, and the untold stories that shaped music history. The first artist that Kanye West hated is Taylor Swift. Few rivalries in music history have been as explosive and as public as the one between Kanye West and Taylor Swift. It began at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, when Taylor, then just 19, accepted the award for Best Female Video for You Belong With Me. As she gave her speech, Kanye stormed the stage, grabbed the microphone, and declared that Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time. The moment instantly became one of the most infamous interruptions in award show history, painting Kanye as a villain and leaving Taylor humiliated on live television. From there, their relationship became a cycle of apologies, reconciliations, and renewed conflict. Kanye initially apologized publicly, admitting he was wrong for interrupting Taylor. But just when it seemed the feud might die down, Kanye reignited it in 2016 with the release of his song Famous. In it, he rapped the now infamous line, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous." The lyric shocked fans and dragged Taylor back into a storm of headlines. The controversy deepened when Kanye's then-wife, Kim Kardashian, leaked a phone call suggesting Taylor had approved some version of the lyric. Taylor denied giving full approval, claiming she had been misled about the context. This created one of the internet's biggest culture wars, with hashtags like #Taylor Swift is over party trending worldwide. Taylor later described the ordeal as career-threatening, saying she felt canceled by the public for something she didn't endorse. Kanye, on the other hand, doubled down. In interviews, he argued that his lyrics were part of art and that the line was meant as a compliment rather than an insult. But Taylor maintained that it was disrespectful and misogynistic, fueling years of animosity between them. The drama didn't just stay in headlines, it seeped into their work. Taylor used the experience as inspiration for much of her 2017 Reputation album, where she called out betrayal, public humiliation, and the need to reclaim her narrative. Kanye, meanwhile, remained unapologetic, continuing to assert that he helped boost Taylor's fame. Even years later, the feud hasn't fully healed. Though both artists have gone on to massive success, the bitterness from the VMA incident and the Famous controversy cemented Taylor as one of Kanye's most consistent rivals. For Kanye, this wasn't just another disagreement in the industry. It became one of the defining conflicts of his public life. The second artist that Kanye West hated is Kid Cudi. What made Kanye's falling out with Kid Cudi sting so much was the fact that they were once incredibly close. Cudi wasn't just another collaborator, he was one of Kanye's protégés, someone Kanye had championed and molded as part of his GOOD music label. From 808s and Heartbreak to Man on the Moon, their collaborations reshaped hip-hop's sound, blending vulnerability, experimental beats, and raw emotion. For years, Kanye openly called Cudi his brother. But when things fell apart, the betrayal felt personal, and the hate Kanye expressed was laced with that sense of hurt. The first cracks began to show in 2016. During a string of Twitter rants, Cudi lashed out at Kanye and Drake, accusing them of using ghostwriters and not giving proper respect to original creators. He wrote that they didn't care about real artists and were only chasing radio hits. Kanye, never one to take criticism quietly, erupted on stage at one of his St. Pablo tour stops. He yelled into the microphone that he had birthed Kid Cudi and that Cudi should be grateful instead of biting the hand that fed him. Kanye even went so far as to say, "Don't never mention ye name. I birthed you." The comment made headlines instantly, cementing that this wasn't just tension, this was war. What made the feud shocking was that just weeks later, Cudi checked himself into rehab for depression and suicidal thoughts. Kanye appeared to soften, dedicating a song to Cudi during another St. Pablo performance, calling him the most influential artist of the past 10 years. It seemed like they were on the road to reconciliation, and for a while they did patch things up. Cudi even appeared on Kanye's 2018 joint project Kids See Ghosts, a critically acclaimed album that celebrated their chemistry and seemed to show that the wounds had healed. But the peace didn't last. In 2022, during Kanye's bitter divorce from Kim Kardashian and his online attacks against Pete Davidson, the feud resurfaced. Pete, who was dating Kim at the time, happened to be close friends with Cudi. When Kanye realized this, he publicly severed ties, posting on Instagram that Kid Cudi would not be appearing on Donda 2 because of his friendship with you-know-who. Kanye also mocked Cudi with memes, escalating the drama for his millions of followers to see. Cudi didn't stay silent this time. He fired back on Twitter, calling Kanye a dinosaur and accusing him of being manipulative and toxic. He said he didn't want to be friends with Kanye anymore and that their bond was permanently broken. Cudi even confirmed in later interviews that he and Kanye would never reconcile, no matter what the public hoped. The feud showed how quickly love could turn to hate in Kanye's world. From calling Cudi a brother to mocking him publicly, Kanye's harsh treatment made it clear that the respect was gone. For fans, it was painful to watch. But for Kanye, it was another example of someone he once trusted becoming, in his eyes, an enemy. Got it. Thanks for clarifying. Since you want the third one in the style of your sample, facts only, no fluff, smooth flow, let's build it around Jay-Z because his relationship with Kanye fits perfectly into a once close, then hostile arc that your readers will expect. The third artist that Kanye West hated is Jay-Z. Few names symbolize both inspiration and rivalry in Kanye West's career as much as Jay-Z. Their relationship started as mentorship, with Jay-Z playing a central role in Kanye's breakthrough. In the early 2000s, Kanye was one of Rockefeller's in-house producers, shaping the sound of Jay-Z's classic, The Blueprint. Jay-Z championed him at first, helping push his career forward. But as Kanye grew in influence, cracks began to form between mentor and protege. By 2009, Kanye had reached superstardom, and although the two collaborated on massive projects like Watch the Throne in 2011, tension simmered beneath the surface. Kanye frequently felt Jay-Z didn't give him enough recognition for his contributions. In interviews, Kanye complained about being undervalued and not treated as an equal, even after delivering some of Jay-Z's most iconic beats. The fallout became public after Kanye's marriage to Kim Kardashian. Kanye was frustrated that Jay-Z and Beyoncé distanced themselves from the couple, allegedly skipping his wedding in 2014. He expressed disappointment in multiple interviews, saying, "Respectfully, I was hurt." That personal slight pushed the relationship into rocky territory. Things escalated in 2016 during Kanye's St. Pablo tour. On stage in Sacramento, he accused Jay-Z of not supporting him after Kim's robbery in Paris and claimed that Jay-Z had killers who might come after him. He also called out Apple and Tidal, suggesting that Jay-Z's business decisions interfered with their collaboration. The rant ended with Kanye storming off stage, and shortly after, he was hospitalized. For fans, it was clear that their partnership had collapsed. Jay-Z didn't stay silent. In 2017, he released 444, where on the track Kill Jay-Z, he rapped, "You ain't the same, this ain't Kumbaya." Many interpreted the lyric as a direct critique of Kanye's erratic behavior. Jay-Z later confirmed in interviews that the song addressed their strained friendship, admitting that Kanye had crossed lines by speaking publicly about his family. Despite their shared history, business ventures deepened the divide. Disputes over streaming platforms Tidal and Apple Music created additional tension, with Kanye eventually suing Tidal for unpaid royalties. Their wives' differences also added to the strain, with Beyoncé and Kim rarely seen together, further highlighting the distance between the two camps. Though there have been small gestures of reconciliation, like Kanye congratulating Jay-Z during his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021, and their joint appearance on Kanye's song Jail from Donda, the relationship never returned to its earlier closeness. What began as mentorship grew into rivalry, marked by disappointment, public jabs, and broken trust. For Kanye, Jay-Z represented more than a peer. He was both an idol and a competitor, someone Kanye wanted approval from, but also wanted to surpass. That duality made their tension one of the most defining rivalries of Kanye's career. The fourth artist that Kanye West hated is Pusha T. Kanye West's fallout with Pusha T was one of the most surprising rifts in hip-hop. For years, Pusha wasn't just a collaborator, he was one of Kanye's closest allies. Kanye helped revive Pusha's solo career after Clips, signing him to GOOD Music in 2010 and producing much of his solo debut, My Name Is My Name. Their partnership went beyond business. Kanye even appointed Pusha as president of GOOD Music in 2015, trusting him to help lead the label. But the brotherhood began to crack during the years when Kanye's controversies grew impossible to ignore. In 2018, Kanye produced Pusha T's album, Daytona, which sparked one of rap's most explosive feuds when Pusha released The Story of Adidon, a diss track aimed at Drake. At the time, Kanye tried to downplay his involvement, insisting he hadn't fed Pusha personal information about Drake. Still, the feud placed Kanye in the middle of an industry war, something that would later add to the tension between the two. The breaking point came after Kanye's increasingly polarizing political moves. In 2022, Kanye wore a White Lives Matter shirt at Paris Fashion Week and doubled down on anti-Semitic remarks in interviews and social media. Pusha T, who had always defended Kanye in public before, could no longer stand by him. In a December 2022 interview with Los Angeles Times, Pusha said plainly, "It's definitely affected me. It's been disappointing. As a black man in America, there is no room for bigotry of any kind. I don't agree with it." He described Kanye's behavior as sick and calculated, making it clear that their relationship had fractured beyond repair. This public denouncement was shocking because Pusha had once been one of Kanye's most loyal defenders. He stood by Kanye through the Taylor Swift backlash, the MAGA hat controversy, and even through earlier rants. But when Kanye's rhetoric turned to anti-Semitic conspiracies, Pusha distanced himself completely. He quietly left his position as president of GOOD Music in 2022, ending a 12-year run under Kanye's wing. The end of their relationship was symbolic. For Kanye, losing Pusha meant losing not only an artist, but also a trusted partner who had helped carry the GOOD Music brand. For Pusha, the split was about integrity. He had built his reputation on being uncompromising, and Kanye's words had crossed lines he couldn't ignore. Even though Pusha avoided trading insults with Kanye directly, the message was clear. He no longer wanted to be associated with him. Fans noticed how deep the cut was. Kanye had once called Pusha his favorite rapper and used him as an example of lyrical authenticity. To watch that relationship collapse highlighted just how destructive Kanye's actions had become, not just to his public image, but also to his inner circle. Unlike other feuds, this one wasn't about competition or ego. It was about values. In the end, Kanye and Pusha T went from being one of the tightest duos in modern hip-hop to near strangers, proving that even the strongest alliances in rap can collapse when principles are at stake. The final artist on our list is Nas. Few rappers have inspired both admiration and criticism from Kanye quite like Nas. On one hand, Kanye once called Nas one of the greatest lyricists in hip-hop. On the other, he openly dismissed Nas's consistency and impact, sparking a rivalry rooted in both music and legacy. Back in the early 2000s, Kanye began voicing his opinion that Nas hadn't lived up to his potential after Illmatic. In several interviews, he criticized Nas for having one hot album every 10 years, echoing a line Jay-Z had thrown at Nas during their own feud. For Kanye, who prided himself on reinvention and commercial dominance, Nas's quieter career stretches felt like wasted talent. These comments weren't subtle. They positioned Kanye as someone who thought Nas's legendary status was overstated compared to his actual output. The tension grew sharper around 2006. Kanye was dominating charts with Late Registration and Graduation, while Nas released Hip Hop Is Dead, an album that critiqued the state of the culture. Nas's claim that hip-hop was dying was taken by some as a shot at artists like Kanye, who were experimenting with mainstream pop-leaning sounds. Kanye didn't take it lightly. In public, he defended his vision for hip-hop's future and made it clear that he wasn't interested in the purist arguments Nas was pushing. Despite the criticisms, Kanye couldn't deny Nas's influence. He even sought to work with him, producing tracks and aligning on collaborations later in their careers. But even then, the tension lingered. Kanye frequently implied that while Nas was talented, he lacked the discipline and innovation to keep up with the evolving sound of hip-hop. Things came to a head again in 2018 when Kanye executive produced Nas's album Nasir. At the time, fans expected a revival, a return to form that would cement Nas's legacy. Instead, the project was widely criticized for being rushed, incomplete, and poorly executed. Behind the scenes, reports emerged that Kanye's chaotic work habits, recording last minute, scrapping beats, and prioritizing his own projects, left Nas frustrated. The disappointment on both sides reinforced the sense that their partnership was built more on business than genuine respect. In interviews afterward, Kanye continued to praise Nas, but always with a backhanded edge. He would call him one of the best to ever do it, while reminding audiences that Nas's career wasn't as consistent as it should have been. Nas, for his part, rarely addressed Kanye directly, but insiders noted that he wasn't happy with how Nasir turned out, leaving their working relationship strained. For Kanye, Nas represented both a hero and a rival. He admired his artistry, but hated his inconsistency. That contradiction turned into a long-standing tension that flared up whenever their paths crossed, making Nas one of the few artists Kanye never seemed fully at peace with. Outro. Through all of it, Kanye West never held back. Whether it was Taylor Swift's public clashes, Kid Cudi's broken brotherhood, Jay-Z's fractured mentorship, Pusha T's principled stand, or Nas's complicated legacy, every rivalry revealed something about Kanye's pride, ambition, and refusal to compromise. Some came from ego, others from betrayal, and a few from deep disappointment, but all shaped the chaotic, unforgettable story of his career. Now it's your turn. Which of these rivalries do you think defined Kanye the most? Was it the never-ending drama with Taylor, or the fallout with Cudi that cut the deepest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you've followed Kanye's battles, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the feuds that shaped hip-hop culture.